So this is the safety module over here, the yellow icon. To use it, you click on the safety module. And then you have all these sub apps in the safety module. So for example, the e-incident reporting, the hazard reports, you've got the OHS risk register, you've got the safety data sheets, you've got the inspections. We'll look at the e-incident reporting first. So you click on add new incident report if there was an incident. This includes injuries, near misses, property damage, security breaches, environmental incidents. So you start off with the date, which is pre-filled for today, but that can be changed. The incident time, reported by who. So for example, reported by John Smith. On the date, say it was reported the same day. Internal reference ID is if you've got an internal reference number, for example, AA0011. The department, say it was on site. The location of the project was the Echuca Community Center. Project number 913. The area, for example, say in the main lobby, and the exact location would be near the entrance. Incident description: a worker slipped and injured their ankle while refurbishment of the community center. Whoops, refurbishment. All right. The immediate action taken was apply first aid, rest and elevate leg, take the worker to the local medical center once stabilized. The witness contact person, for example, would be the supervisor, Zain Jafar, and you can attach, for example, any witness statements, or for example, any photos or any other documentation that's relevant to this incident report. Then you click on next. Over here you choose what it is. So for example, it was a personal injury, it changes the form based on what you choose. If it was a near miss, or if it was a vehicle accident report, so there's diagrams you can draw, or for example, if it's property damage, we'll go with personal injury for this one, and untick property damage and vehicle accident report, because it could be more than one in the same incident. Then you do the actual consequences. So personal injury, it's got the risk matrix, which defines the actual matrix. So for example, for minor injury requiring medical treatment, it was possible because the area was not, the housekeeping in the area wasn't up to standard, so you click on medium. And potential consequences is the worst case scenario that could have happened. With the housekeeping not being up to standard, let's say it could have been a medium 13, and then you'd click on next. Then you've got the injured person details again, so that's, and that could be someone else with them, or it could be who reported it and someone else is injured. So you've got John Smith, he's reporting the same incident. The injury type was a first aid, or let's say a medical treatment injury. The injury description in a bit more detail. And then you've got what was the injured person doing, what happened, how the injury was sustained, were they on modified duties, have they suffered a previous similar injury before, and these are all for analytics and trend analysis and statistical use in the future. At the same time, it's for the code of practice and the Safe Work New South Wales investigation if needed in the future. We've taken all of that into consideration. So, including iCare, EML, all the insurance companies, workers' comp insurances companies. So duty at the time of injury, let's say they were on duty in the usual workplace because they're a site worker. The shift completed, time of injury percentage, say they were on overtime. All right, because then we can pull out reports and drill into it to see and give management insight into when these injuries are happening most often and what type of injuries they are. So experience in their task. Let's say they were moderately experienced, 5 years, the nature of the injury. We don't know exactly, but let's until the doctor tells us, but let's say it was a sprain or strain from the looks of it. The mechanism of the injury, where are we? So other muscular stress, the agency, this is all OHS science theory, agency of the injury, it was human agencies, and then you can select the body parts. Let's say it was the ankle, the right ankle. So here, click on it, and then you'd click, choose body part. You click on save, you click on next. Who was the first aider? Let's say the first aider was Mark, and the treatment given on site was apply first aid, ice the area, elevate leg, and rest until stable to be transported to the local medical center. Other treatment details, we can say that the nominated treating doctor applied, let's say, a compression bandage followed by wearing a moon boot for 1 week prior to follow-up and physiotherapy. Because it's very painful and still swollen, the doctor didn't want to have physiotherapy for the patient for the first week. First medical treatment was on the same day, the medical center hospital, let's say local medical center. Modified duties, they were on suitable duties or modified duties because they were able to work from home. Reviewing swims and safety videos. Previous injury details nil, doctor contact. Let's say Dr. Raja Smith, and then we've got the hazard details. Describe any hazards which cause the incident or which are a result of the incident. So the hazards which cause the incident or which are a result of the incident. You've got all of these. These are all customizable, highly configurable. You can chop and change them from the admin module. And these are there by default as per best practice in safety theory. But let's say the hazard which caused the incident would have been, let's go through this. Where are we? It wasn't a fall from height. It wasn't environmental. Attaching everything, no. Where are we? Let's see. Let's facility. Let's say, for example, is there housekeeping? Have we entered? Yeah, poor housekeeping. Here we are. Persons involved. That's with John Smith. Details of the hazard which caused the incident. Slip and trip hazards were present, including unsecured equipment and tools in the walkway near the entrance to the center. Immediate action to minimize the risk, clean up and tidy the site area. Internal reference ID, we'll put AA0011. You can also add the hazard automatically to the risk register, all right? So that goes into the other module because the modules talk to each other, so you don't have to do double manual entry. It automates it for you. Click on next, and you've got the final step. Please complete a residual risk assessment for this hazard after the control has been taken place. So it goes down to one low, comments, area made safe, so it's a safe place of work. Investigation summary, investigation due date, we'll put it the 30th of November. It's open, comments, pending final ICAM investigation report. That's just an investigation technique that we use. You can email this report automatically. It's automated for when you click save by selecting the people who would get this, including, for example, the doctor, if you'd like, with a external email address. So nil at edarasystems.com.au, and then you'd click on, where are we? You'd click on save. Once you've clicked on save, it is in the incident register. You can search for the register. So for example, we would write Echuca, and it filters it for you straight away. You don't have to go through the whole list reading each and every name. You can view the details of the incident over here. This is action details when you enter corrective actions and whatnot. You can export it to PDF. You can also start an investigation, an ICAM investigation using the investigation module. So for example here, you would click on investigation and it'll take you to the investigation module. All right, so this is the investigation report. There are many other modules that talk to us, such as the reporting module, where you would pull out reports for incidents by putting in the parameters of what you need, what columns to show, etc., etc. Thank you, and have a nice day.